hope you're all well and happy new year. I cannot believe it's 2024. It's insane. How has this come round so fast? It feels like it was 2022 like 5 minutes ago. So I'm here today to tell you my new year goals. So I don't usually set like channel specific goals like a certain amount of subscribers or anything like that. These are usually just goals that will A, help me in everyday life, and also B, with my reading. So I do have 4 goals for you this year, not too many, and hopefully nothing that's too much pressure either. I think these are all really achievable goals and hopefully things that will help me in general with everything, reading, everyday life, etc. So the first goal that I would like to concentrate on this year is to read more chunky fantasy. In the last couple of years, I've kind of lost my way a little bit with my chunky fantasy. I was reading loads of chunky fantasy and then I just kind of didn't necessarily stop, but really dwindled down. I've been very much so in my romance, thriller and horror era, and I haven't been reaching for my chunky fantasy as much. I don't know what happened. I think I hit like quite a big slump, especially in 2023 around I think April, May. I think it was after my 30 books in 30 days, and I kind of just started reaching only for romance, thrillers and horrors, and that's kind of how the rest of my year went. And I would really like to try and get back into my chunky fantasy because I do miss it. There are a lot of books on my TBR that I would like to get to that are chunky fantasy. One of those, for example, being the Stormlight Archives. So the first one is The Way of Kings. In the UK they split them into 2 paperbacks. This is part 1 and part 2. So I would like to get back to the likes of like Brandon Sanderson. I have a whole bunch of others on my TBR that I would like to get to as well. So this year I would really like to get through the Stormlight Archives, but I don't want to set that as a goal. I want to keep it quite vague in that I want to get back to my chunky fantasy because I miss it and I do enjoy it, and I would like to get back to that. So that is kind of like my first goal, and by no means do I want that to then mean that I stop reading romance and thrillers and horrors. I just need to balance out my reading a little bit more, I think, and because I do read across a lot of genres. So I do read fantasy, romantic fantasy, I hate the word romantasy, I prefer fanro. Fantasy, romantasy, romance, thrillers, horrors, middle grade. I know that's not a genre, but middle grade comes in the form, you know, again, of like fantasy, adventure. I actually tend to just stick with fantasy, adventure, sci-fi as far as romance is concerned. Oh no, that's a lie. Thrillers and horrors I will also read in middle grade. So I tend to stick with those types of genres. I also read manga, graphic novels and comics as well. But those are the general genres. Sci-fi I would like to get back into as well, but I think I need to focus on one certain thing at a time, and I think for this year I would really like to focus on chunky fantasy. If I get back into my sci-fi as well, outstanding, but I don't want to put it on as an actual goal. So chunky fantasy for the year of 2024 is what I would like to focus on, try and get back into for sure. Then we do have more of like a life goal, really. It affects my life more than anything, but I do have this horrible habit of having several journals for the year, using them for different things, and halfway through the year tapering off with all of them. And I really need to sort my shit out with it. It's because of my ADHD. I get really excited about it to start off with. I really put my heart and soul into it, and then I get bored. So I really want to try and stick with it this year because I have 2 really beautiful journals. I've kind of stuck with just 2. I have a normal like calendar diary, if you like, that I will use for planning out my videos and writing down notes and putting like almost everything in it, YouTube, Patreon, life stuff, etc. But these 2 are for other things. So the first one is this one, which says my brain has too many fucking tabs open, which is a specific ADHD planner for 2024. I had a quick look online to see if I could find a specific ADHD planner. I love this, but you know what annoys me? Because it's been cold every time. So this starts off with a 2024 year at a glance and then goals as well, which I really like. Very simple. We've got a mood tracker, which I will love filling in. I think it will be really good to kind of see my highs and lows and see if there is a trend with it. And then we have the month, which I love this. This is perfect for me because I can fill this out and I can see everything that's going on in the month. I think, again, I will use this calendar for literally everything. So for YouTube, for Patreon, and for my life stuff. But it will give me a very quick glance of it, exactly what's going on in the month, because I'll probably use this as like a desk planner. I can just keep it on my desk. And then we get into the weekly stuff. So this layout is perfect for me. I can make it as messy as possible or whatever, because I'm quite messy with my diaries. So we have like top 3 priorities of the week. Really important to me. I always like to prioritize my to-do list. And then we have weekly goals and we have weekly shit to do. I also like that it swears because that's entertaining to me. I am a child, okay? And then we've got the weekly habit tracker and brain dump. Urgent and not urgent. Really important for me. I write down all my brain dump stuff on pieces of paper and then fucking lose them. So this is really important for me, very useful. And then we have the week layout, and then people to respond to, don't forget, and notes, and then just a cute fucking thing at the bottom that says you're doing your fucking best, and that's more than enough. I love that. And then the layout is the same all the way through. I don't know if we have like wrap-ups for the month or anything. Oh, we've got January check-in, which is really cute. We have family, rate your month from 1 to 10, family relationships, social relationships, personal growth, romantic relationships, work, career, financial, health and fitness, and then overall. Number 1, sucked ass. Number 10, fucking awesome. I love that. I love it. And then we get into February and so on and so forth. I don't know if at the end there's like a yearly, oh okay, extra ADHD worksheets. Sign me up. So at the back, I hadn't spotted these before, but we've got extra ADHD worksheets, which is fantastic. So we've got coping strategy ideas, which goes through just different things that we as neurodivergents tend to struggle with. For example, drink enough water for your body weight each day. I very rarely drink water and I'm constantly dehydrated and poorly because of it. Declutter your workspace, set an alarm for specific tasks, exercise at least 4 times a week. That's something else I really want to focus on this year, but it's not a goal for like as far as work is concerned. Then we have like a stop procrastinating page. Fantastic, I need that. Break down your goals, which is really nice. We have a stay focused page and reduce your distractions page. And we have a transform your negative thoughts page as well, and then just some random pages for notes at the end. And I just thought that this might really help me out. If it doesn't, it doesn't, but it's worth giving it a try. I really could do with like something that's very, very simple that will work for my neurodivergent mind. And I feel like this layout is so fucking simple that how can I get it wrong? How can I get bored of this? Especially if it works for me as well. So that is the first journal that I would really like to make sure that I actually keep up with. The second one is my Little Inkling Designs novel companion journal. This is the novel companion ultra. Last year I had the always fully booked planner, and again halfway through the year got bored. So I think in that there was too many things for me to be doing. So the weekly layout was over the course of 2 pages and it was massive. And I think what happened was, if I was having a really quiet week, I was struggling to fill it in because I'm not very artistic. I filled it in with really simple things like pictures from that week, or the books that I'm currently reading, or my to-do list or whatever. But if I was having a really quiet week for whatever reason, I would have nothing to put in it, and then I feel shit about it and then not continue, and then I would stop for a couple of weeks, then come back to it. So I just stopped filling it in. However, what this does is takes out all of the good stuff and the important stuff from that journal and puts it in here into a bigger one, granted, but it's not got as much, like, not shit by any means, but it's not got as many pages in it that I can get bored with, if that makes any sense. So you start off with important information and your goals for the year, and then I have penciled some bits in this because I am going to be filling it out, doing a video for my patrons. And then you end up with a couple of pages for your reading log for you to rate your books. Then your bookish haul, which I find very useful. You have 4 pages for that. Then you have your bookshelf for you to fill out with your books, which again, I really enjoyed that aspect of it, but again, got to a point where I stopped doing it because I just stopped opening the journal. 5-star reads, which I like. highlights them very quickly. Then we have, basically this could be like your best book of the month or whatever you want, because there's no title with it. Whatever you want to use this for, you can use it for that, which is really good. You know, if you host a book club, you can use it for that. What are your books for the month, etc. Book series tracker, which is always useful. I always find these very useful. And then we get into like a bunch of challenges then. So we've got like the A to Z challenge, fully booked reading challenge, on the cover reading challenge, genre challenge, reading the rainbow, reading through the ages, around the world challenge. And then there's this colouring page if you wanted to colour it in or just leave it as it is. And then you have the reading goal tracker with up to 222 books in it. So I'm probably not going to set that as my goal. In fact, I know what I'm going to set my goal as, but yeah. And then we have a monthly stats page, which wasn't in the Always Fully Booked planner, but I know that the person that makes these planners put it in her planner as a trial run and really loved it, so she's put it in here professionally. And then I got this cute little thing because I thought that that would be a really good page to flag, so I got this bookmark that sits in. And then you can use this however you like at the end of the year to do like pie charts and stuff like that for yourself. Battle of the books, and then a tracker. You can use this as a mood tracker, a reading tracker, how many pages you read a day, etc, etc. Whatever you want, there's no title with it, use it to your needs. And then a whole bunch of pages that you can use as to add other pages in or other stuff that you might use. And then we get to the January calendar, which looks like this. I got another bookmark so that I can drag it through the book as I'm going through. And then books to read, new releases, and just a little section down here for any notes or anything. And then you get into your weekly layouts, which are now just this big for the page. So that is week 1, that is week 2. I really like the layout. I've not got a load of paper that I'm going to get bored with and that I'm going to run out with. And then at the end of the month, you don't have anything at the end of the month except a blank page in which you could write down what you read and what you rated it, etc. And I think, if I remember correctly, unless they took it out of this one, oh yeah, they probably will have actually, they'll have taken it out of this one because it's undated. But in the last one, you had areas for quarterly wrap-ups, but because this is undated, you could start at any time of the year. And then right at the back, we have 220 pages of reviews, sections for reviews. So in the Always Fully Booked one, I think you could fit 2 on a page. This one you can fit 3 on a page. So you're not getting as much space. You're not feeling like you're having to fill out a load of lines and stuff for each book. So I really want to keep up with this as well. Jade has also got one, so we're going to keep each other 100%, hopefully, accountable with each other's journals. I did also get some stickers and stuff with mine, so I got a couple of sticker kits. I got the green one, which has got a whole bunch of different stickers, and quite frankly I think these stickers suit better for the Always Fully Booked planner, but I can use them in here regardless. Like this would be the size of just one of the boxes for the weekly layout in the Always Fully Booked planner. And then I did get, I think, 3 of these, which is an audiobook sticker. I want to get some Kindle ones, and I also want to get some normal book ones as well, so that on the reading challenge section, which had the boxes up to 220, I can put the stickers on instead of colouring them in because they look really messy in my last one. And then I also have these little flags as well with quotes on and stuff. And then I did get the blue sticker kit, of which some of these I have already used in my Always Fully Booked planner last year. And then just this that I dragged out of my Always Fully Booked planner. These are like the Kindle stickers that I was just talking about, and these are the book ones, and then the audio ones. So I would like to get some more of the Kindle and book ones as well. So yeah, that is what I would like to do with those. I would really like to keep up to date with both journals, my ADHD planner and also my novel companion. Fingers crossed that I can do that. My third goal is a reading goal, and I would like to read 200 books, which I think is doable. Over the last couple of years I have read over 200 books. I'm fairly certain I have anyway. Apart from last year, I think maybe I was just under 200 books. Not last year, 2022. I think I was just under 200 books, but I would like to read 200 books this year. I was going to set my goal at 220 because that's what's in the novel companion, but I feel like that's just getting a bit silly, a little bit ridiculous. 200 would be nice though. So we'll see whether or not I manage that. If I don't hit it, I don't hit it, but it's a goal to have, you know. And then the last goal that I have is keeping up with subscription box books, because I spend a lot of money on subscription box books. So I have the Fairy Loot Adult, I have Illumicrate, I have Afterlight, which is now a monthly box. It was quarterly, it is now a monthly box. I have Evernight, I have Owlcrate Junior. I don't actually pay for that one, they send me that one for free to unbox on my channel. Do I have anything else? I think that's it. I used to have the Fairy Loot YA, but I actually cancelled that one because I've stopped reading a lot of fantasy YA. I tend to only go for thrillers and horrors in YA now. So yeah, I have quite a lot of subscription boxes, and I would like to try and keep up with my books. Now I think what I'm actually going to do is try and challenge myself to like a year-long challenge with just one of the boxes, I think, because if I do all of them, then that's my entire TBR for all of the months, for each month. But I think with at least one of them, if not a couple, I want to try and do a year-long reading challenge where I read the books, and then at the end of the year there'll be like a long vlog for you guys. I think that's what I want to try and do. We'll see whether or not I keep up with that, but I'm hoping that by doing that it will keep me accountable for at least a couple of the boxes if I do that. So fingers crossed that works. There may obviously be the odd book that I end up skipping. Sometimes it does happen. I skipped the Cassandra Clare book in the Fairy Loot Fairy Loot Adult box in 2023, so on occasion I do skip, but it's not very often that I do. But I would like to try and do that, so keeping myself accountable with subscription box books. Not only that, but my Patreon do a monthly readathon, which is the F1 readathon, usually 24 hours, but on occasion we've started doing week-long ones called Box, where we focus on subscription box books because we're all struggling in this situation. So that should also help hold me accountable, because they've also asked if we can do that a couple of times a year, which I have penciled in for a few times a year this year, I think 3 or 4. So it makes me very excited and it helps hold me accountable, and I'm really looking forward to it. So hopefully all of those things together will work, and I'm really excited. So those are my goals. Very simple, hopefully achievable. We will see. I suck at this kind of thing, so we will see. But very quick rundown: read more chunky fantasy, keep up with my journals, read 200 books, and keep up with my subscription box books as well. Fingers crossed that I can achieve these goals. Chat to me in the comments down below. What's a goal that you have this year? Do you have any tips for me to help keep me accountable with these goals, especially if you have ADHD and you also have previously struggled with journaling? Let me know how you hold yourself accountable. I'm really hoping that this happens to me all the time though, and again, I think it's a product of my ADHD, I'm not sure, but I get really excited about something, then when I get started with it, I get bored very quickly. The journals tend to take longer. I usually get to about April or May before I get bored, but it just happens a lot. Gaming, jigsaw puzzles, especially if it's a massive jigsaw puzzle, if it's like a 1,000-piece jigsaw puzzle, I can guarantee you 100 pieces in I will be bored. Crocheting, I used to do crocheting and then I stopped because I got bored, so I'm constantly rotating hobbies out all the time. And journaling, I think I need to see it as a part of my daily life instead of a hobby, and I'm really hoping that this novel companion, not being as big, you know, and as accessible to do more illustrative things with it and make it look more fancy, means that it will become a part of my daily life, rather than me seeing it as, oh, this is a load of fun and I can make it look really pretty and really fancy and then do a shit job of that, then feel shit about myself and then not go back to it, because I am not artsy whatsoever. So I'm hoping that if I just see it as a part of my daily life and I just use it as that, I can do the odd thing. I've got the stickers and stuff, like I can make it look pretty, but rather than spending hours making it look pretty, I will just dip in and out of it for maybe half an hour each day and fill it in, catch up on what I'm doing, and that'll be it. Same thing with my ADHD planner. If I spend a half hour each day on both of them, I will be really happy with that. Maybe I should start boxing out my day like that, and just first thing in the morning I get up and the first thing I do is attack my journals. Maybe that's how I need to do it. If you have any tips on that, let me know in the comments down below. I'm always open to tips like that, to holding me accountable with things like this. But yeah, chat to me in the comments down below. Got any goals this year? I hope you have enjoyed this video. I shall see you in that video tomorrow. Bye for now.